right beside me was my very dear friend and trusted and respected colleague, Steve Harvey. Steve is part of the Merritt Street family. And look, you all know Steve is hilarious. He's a very funny guy, very talented guy. When you think about Steve, you think about Family Feud, you think about all the different things that he's done on the comedy side, his stand-up, Kings of Comedy, one of the original things that he broke out on, his daytime show. But Steve is also a very deep individual, very principled individual. I invited him to join this Merritt Street family some time ago, and he actually made a comment about that recently. I want to share that with you. It'll give you some insight into Steve. Now, you got to understand, we've been friends a long time, so he calls me Philly. He didn't call me Dr. Phil, he calls me Philly. But, I mean, we've vacationed together. We're just really good friends. Everybody always thought we were competitors because he had a daytime show and I had a daytime show. And in Hollywood, you're supposed to compete and all that sort of stuff. But that was not our relationship. Our wives are best friends. He and I are best friends. We go on vacations together and dinner together. We've been in each other's homes. It's just, he calls me Philly. What can I tell you? Here, take a look.
Philly calls me. You know his track record. You know what he does. I know you didn't need no money. That was cool. I was relaxed right there. Because this ain't a dude that, Philly, we don't have a relationship where, you know how you got people call your house and you go, oh, what the hell they want?
What a great guy. But we do have a lot of fun, but I mean, he has a really big heart and is a really caring guy. And we've known each other a long time. We've been down some roads together, and we're going to do some interesting things. One of the first things we're going to do is a Father's Day special because he works with young men that don't have fathers in their lives and does a retreat with them every year. And I'm going to be there this year. We're going to shoot it, turn it into a special so you can see what he does and how he goes about it. Also on stage was Nancy Grace, another great friend of Robin and myself. We're going to have a lot of true crime on the network because I know everybody's interested in true crime, and I think the more you know about it, the less naive you are and the less you can be impacted. Nancy Grace is there. She sits on top of our true crime vertical on the network. She's going to have a daily show.
Nancy Grace, passion, power, and no bull.
Let's do a little fact check on what the truth is.
Unmatched determination.
I'm just having a hard time believing this.
Undefeated in court, and now an unrelenting advocate for justice. When it comes to true crime, Nancy Grace is the real deal.
Every day is a chance to stop crime and keep one more person safe.
Crime Stories with Nancy Grace, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, only on Merit.
You probably also recognized Chris Harrison, former host of The Bachelor for, I think, 21 seasons, and his lovely new wife, Lauren Zima. The two of them are going to have a morning show together, and we're also working on a really interesting dating type show that has some really psychologically intriguing twist to it that I think is really addictive. I think you're going to be fascinated by this. Really proud to know Chris and to have him part of the network. Mike Rowe, who you know from Dirty Jobs fame, is part of the network.
I've done some things in my career. Unsavory things. Things that I don't discuss in polite company.
Who's our guy?
Buy stuff from you.
But some stories simply need to be told. Never mind the risk.
There we go. That's right. Driving a tank.
Somebody's got to do it. Weekends on Merit. Essential television.
Bear Grylls is part of the network. Robin, my wife, is going to have her own lifestyle type show. I know all of y'all love her and think she has a great sense of style and a flair for all of that. She's going to be there. Scott Rasmussen, one of the best polling experts in the country, to let you know what's going on and how people feel about things, is going to be on the network as well. Cody Crouch has a really interesting show called Centuries Collide, which looks at kind of how things have evolved across time, how things change but stay the same in many respects.
I'm Cody Crouch. On my new show, Centuries Collide American History, I'm traveling across the United States, uncovering the incredibly true history of what makes our nation so great. Centuries Collide is a travel history show that tastes like adventure, smells like Monty Python, and is guaranteed to embarrass your middle school history teacher.
Let's say you've got a mole on your face. You're a witch. Go to jail.
Henry, I am your wife.
Definitely a witch. We're recreating some of American history's greatest moments exactly how they happened.
Didn't you think the rock would be bigger?
Welcome to the craziest, strangest, most whateverest crash course on American history.
Step right up, we'll break it down.
On this show, we strive to be absolutely truthful and correct. Just maybe not politically. Buckle up. It's time for Centuries Collide.
Weekends on Merit, essential television.
Very interesting show. I've seen some of the episodes that have been completed. We've also made a special deal with Cops, the Cops franchise, Bad Boys, what you going to do when they come for you? Cops and Jail, which gives you a real insight into the other side of the law. You all know I'm really big on law enforcement and military and support them in a big way. So Cops in Jail are going to be on. So we've got a great lineup of movies on the weekend in partnership with the Great American Family Channel. They're going to be sharing content with us on the weekends as well. And a couple of other things that I can't quite divulge just yet because we're just finishing up some of those things. And then we've got a show called Behavior Panel. Now, you've probably seen these guys on my show before. They have a show on YouTube, and these are guys that have worked in deception detection, interrogation with the military, Homeland Security, law enforcement, corporate America. These guys are the best of the best, and they're going to be breaking down. You see sometimes people giving interviews and stuff on the news, accused of crimes, or politicians that are trying to explain things away or get you to buy into a certain mindset. They're going to take those interviews and break them down and tell you who's lying, who's telling the truth, what you should be looking for. And they're going to give you some skills you can use when you're talking to people. Fascinating show, absolutely fascinating. You're going to love it. All four of them are going to be involved in that.